All right, I think we are officially live. At least I think we are. So we're gonna give this a few seconds here. I am in Virginia right now, visiting my daughter and my grandbaby, and we're hanging out here for the rest of today, and we'll be heading back tomorrow. But I've been here for the weekend. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna do our coffee talk for our Monday because it is Monday, and because of that, we want to stay on schedule. So I'm going to go ahead and as long as you guys can hear me and see me, I am using my earbuds now to use as my mic. So let me know if you guys can hear me okay. But today, what I'm going to be talking about is really something. It's funny how it happens. As I was here, I started to recognize just by talking to my daughter and stuff about some problems or, things that they're trying to overcome with a new baby, and immediately got me thinking of like, okay, how would this fit into a market? And I'm going to break that down. So basically creating a digital product to solve a problem. And I'm going to give you an example. And I'm actually going to give you an example of what that funnel would look like as far as the process where someone would come in and then from there someone would buy. So that's what we're going to be talking about here today. We're going to probably keep this really tight today. So if you guys do have any questions, drop them in now. So this way here I can see them and hear them and all of that. But before we get rocking and rolling, I want to make sure that we are good here. And it looks like Kate says, good Monday morning. I hope you enjoyed the weekend with your family. Yes, we did. We had a great day. We came in here Saturday afternoon around 3:00, spent the night here all day yesterday. And then today we'll be here all day. And then tomorrow we'll be heading back. And and found out that my daughter's school was canceled today because of a teacher work day, I think it was. So it kind of worked out. We thought she was going to have virtual schooling here, but she doesn't. So we can spend a little bit more time playing with the grandbaby. MEK has gotten so big already, and I wanted to have her on here, but she's taking her nap now, so we don't want to interrupt that. And it's actually part of what I'm going to be talking about here today is about how you kind of recognize that stuff. Hey, Justin, what's up? Hear you fine. Thank you for letting me know. Good morning, Ruth. Let's see here. Ruth, hope you're enjoying family. Yes, we are. MEK is, man, she makes everything pretty good, actually. Pretty good. Do we get to see her? Maybe at the end, depending on how long I'm going to be on here, just because she's taking her nap right now. What's up, Gio? Good morning to you as well. So a couple things here before we get rocking and rolling. It's weird too. If I feel like I'm talking lower today, maybe I am because I know that she's taking a nap down the hall. So if I sound a little different, that's probably why. Liking the new Scott, the new look, Gio. Yeah, I don't know. The old look, the new look. I don't know. Still getting used to them myself. What's up, Jay? Good to see you. So today what we're going to be talking about is basically how do you create a product to solve a problem? And if you are not right now thinking about problems in your business that you're solving, you really need to, because I think that's what we're all doing. And I'll give you some examples here. And I'll give you an example on how this whole thing kind of transpired, that I said, okay, from the information that I'm receiving, I'm looking at a market that it would be serving. I'm looking at the problem. I'm looking at what would be the solution. And then what would that sales process look like? So immediately this stuff starts kicking around in my head. And once you learn this stuff, guys, or once I don't know, I don't want to say become obsessed with it, but I kind of am at times. I've been doing it a long time. So I see something and then I will fit the pieces together and I will start to come up with that solution. It's funny, on the way down, I was talking to a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, one of my best friends. And some of you may have seen him at Brand Accelerator Live, Jimmy Krill, Jimmy the Shark, we call him. But I was talking to him and he was talking about starting a business or something that would serve his community. And so we went through this whole thing, and I might actually share that conversation because it was a really good conversation. And I literally mapped out a business plan from nothing to, and this would be local, and how I would target people, and then how I would create a sales process, and then how I would get clients, how I would get recurring customers, and then how I would sell it in 3 to 5 years. Like, so there's that, like when you start to learn this or start to become familiar with it, and then you start to identify these things, but then it really only comes down to those couple of parts, right? It's like, we need attention, so we need traffic, and then we need offers, or we need products, right? It's products or offers. And that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about today. So this literally happened by me being here, and I'm like, what would be a good thing to talk about this Monday morning? Probably this. So that's why we're going to talk about it. All right. So I'm going to share that with you guys. And let me just go over and make sure that we're good. We are. Oh, Jay, I'm glad that you brought that up. Thank you for saying that the workshop was very helpful. I'm glad to hear that. Super glad to hear that. So I've got something for anyone that did go through the workshop, and anyone that still wants to go through the workshop. Let me take a sip of coffee, and then I'll get with you. All right. So if you did attend that workshop, which was last Wednesday, everything's up in the learning portal now. So you should have full access to all the recordings and all of that. The second thing is we're going to be doing not another workshop this Wednesday, but we're going to do a full niche drill down. So we're going to pick like 3 to 5 more niches, because we had a long list, and I think we covered like maybe 5. And we actually ranked them in order. It was funny. We went through all of the niche drill downs, and then we ranked them in the order of, like, from what we discovered, what would we rate them as, like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it was pretty interesting. I had no idea where that was going to play out, but it played out pretty well. So we're going to do more of those, because I think those are super helpful. There's no sense in going and doing the full workshop again, because it's already recorded. It's in the learning training portal. But what we're going to do is we're going to add another niche drill down to it, because I think that's always useful to see more examples of that. So that's Wednesday. If you did attend the live workshop, you should have just received an email. Literally like 10 minutes ago, I sent out an email. And it had a private link there that you can attend. You basically just got to register for that for free, because you already paid for the workshop. If you are interested in the workshop and you didn't attend, let me just throw this up here, brandcreators.com/NFW-enroll, and that will take you there. If you are in Brand Creators Academy, you're getting full access to this already, and you get you're invited to this Wednesday's niche drill down if you need that. Some people that have already come in maybe the last month still might need the niche validation drill down type stuff. So if that's you, then you're going to get access to that as well. So that's what I wanted to bring up. So I'm glad that you reminded me on that, Jay. Okay, and before we jump in, Kate says, it seems like creating a brand can be similar to sales. Doesn't matter what you are selling or brand you are creating. If you follow the rules, guidelines, systems, you will be successful. Absolutely. It comes down to validating the market, though, right? If you're just guessing, right? I want to see someone that's already done it, and then I want to model it and make it better. Oh, okay. Salma wants to know, what is your setup today when you are away from your office? It's really basic. I should probably have someone take a picture of me, because you guys would love this. I'm at a kitchen table. I literally am recording audio through my earbuds. They're the, what are they? The Apple Pros. My webcam right there, and that's it. My laptop is actually sitting on a Yahtzee box. So there you go. There's the setup. There's the high-tech setup. And this audio could probably be turned into a podcast, and it would probably do just fine. So when people say that you got to have this big fancy setup, you don't have to. I do believe audio is really important, but I think you get really good audio through these. So let me ask you guys something, though, before we jump in. Do you guys have one problem in your niche that you feel as though you are solving? Is there one, and I want to hear specific, though, like, what is one specific problem that you feel that you are solving? I'll give you an example, just so it kind of helps you with this, and drop it in the comments. I want you guys to do this. All right, let's have this be a little bit of interacting this morning. Okay, I'm just using Brand Creators now as an example. So Brand Creators, what we do is we help people start and grow their businesses online. Okay, and mainly I say people, it's really people like us, people that are either working 9 to 5, and they want to spend more time with their family, want to get out of the rat race, and they just, they want to earn enough money eventually maybe to leave their full-time or work less so they can spend more time. They don't have to put in overtime or whatever, right? Those are the people that we're serving. But when you get started in this game, there's a lot of questions, right? And a lot of times it starts with picking your niche. That's a problem, right? So what did we do? We created a workshop to solve that problem. Okay, problem, solution, right? Let's go a little bit deeper now. If you are currently building your brand, you're building out content, but you're waiting for Google to start to send you traffic, we want to build an email list. Okay, now in Brand Creators Academy, we call that stage 3, that's list building. And then once we build that list, we can start sending the traffic over to our website, right? So the problem there is people don't know how to build a list, right? Or they're getting sidetracked with, well, I can do a bot over here. I can build an Instagram following, or I can, build a Snapchat following, and I can do all of these different things. Our solution is no, build an email list. It's been proven. It's worked over the years. It's still working today. Build an email list. You own it. You have it. You communicate with it, right? Problem, don't know where to start. Don't know how to do it. Seems complicated. Boom, email list building fast track workshop. Bang, done, right? Next thing is, okay, you got the email list. We've got some traffic, but we want to start making money with this, with this brand. How do we do that? Well, we need to create an offer. How do you create an offer? Create a digital product, right? If we create a digital product, now we have an asset that we can draw attention to with an email list, with traffic on our website, and all those things. So people will be like, well, Scott, how do you create a digital product? Got a solution for that, right? So it's problem, solution, right? And I'm going to give you an example here today on something that would be in a random market that I just kind of came up with while I was here because of an issue that my daughter Alexis was sharing with me, right? And I said, well, started thinking about it, and it wasn't for her to do, but it was like, if I was in this market, that's what I would do. Okay. Okay. So let's wait a minute here. Alejandro. Oh no, Brody kicked the professor out of the house. Yes. Brody is probably still enjoying himself right now in his morning, relaxing. He probably got up, went to the bathroom, ate a little bit, and went back and just laid on the couch. That's his routine usually. And then he'll get up when Maisie starts to, get a little riled up. But anyway, that's Brody. But thanks for bringing that up, Alejandro. All right, cool. So let's do this. Okay. So let me just share a little story with you. All right. So I got in here around, Saturday afternoon, and, had a great time and everything. And I've been hearing about this with my daughter, but then when I'm here, you hear a little bit more about it, but it's a constant, like, you're hearing about something come up over and over and over again. Now, I was a parent, right? I am a parent, but I mean, in the younger, earlier stages, right? Like newborn, 6-month-old, right? And all of those things, they kind of fade away a little bit. I don't really remember them as they were, maybe, right? Maybe I'm blacking that stuff out because I was like, oh my gosh, it was so hard. So one of the biggest things is sleep, right? Getting a baby to sleep through the night. I think all parents would relate to that. They're like, oh my gosh, like, when am I going to get a full night's sleep? Like, when am I going to get 4 hours, consistently together? So that has been a little bit of an issue, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, like, how do we make sure that she's okay? But yet again, we don't want to keep, intercepting, and because we know that we want her to sleep on her own, right? But then in the same breath, you're like, man, but I want sleep, right? I mean, who can relate to that? Whoever has kids right now that's watching this, I mean, raise your hand, right? It's like, yeah, been there, done that, right? We all wish that there was like a magic, button that we can just press and all of a sudden, boom, and it works, right? And every kid is different. Every situation is different, but it's a constant struggle for new parents, right? So immediately, I said to myself, I was like, okay, if I was in this market, okay, and if I was targeting my daughter now, who is that, demographic and the person that I'm targeting, right, I would want to create a solution for that problem. Now, that solution can either come from me or it could come from research. So some people will be like, well, what if I don't have the expertise? I'd go find someone that has the expertise, and I would either interview them, or I would do my own research, like I'm doing a term paper, whatever, right? That's your blog content. So I would do that and try to get familiar with it, but then also know that I'm creating a solution for other people that have the same problem, because I'm in it right now. I'm in the market. Well, I'm not, but she is, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm like, problem, solution. And I know that if my daughter was scrolling on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, and she's seen something that said, 5 simple steps to get your child, your newborn, to sleep through the night so you can get a good night's rest. Boom, that would speak to her. She'd click on it and she'd be like, yes, give me the solution, right? Would she be willing to pay $10 for that? 100%. Would she pay $100 for that? Maybe, maybe. We all would, right? We'd be like, tell us where to send the money. Like, give me the solution now, right? We've all been there, all right? So that's like the first thing, right? Like identifying the problem, what it looks like. Yes, we got to figure out the solution, but what's the problem that you know your market wants and needs, right? And this could be also you being a lurker in a group and just listening. What are people's common problems and struggles? Like, what are they struggling with? Okay. And now I'm not going to create a guide that's going to help them raise their child from newborn to 5 years old. That's too big. It's too big of a book. I don't want to do that. I want to call out a specific problem and I want to intercept there and I want to give the solution because that speaks to them. They're at that point where they're like, yes, I will buy that. I want that solution. So if we can find that and then fill that void, game over, because now it's easy. So now that I've kind of created, the product or the outline here of the product, right? Now what I need to do is say, okay, how would I sell that? Well, you could sell it directly if you were already building a list. But if you weren't building a list, then what I would do is I would say, okay, what's the big solution going to be? It's going to be an ebook that's going to go through 5 steps or the 5-step process to get your child to sleep through the night in the next 3 days, like something like that, right? Or whatever it would be, maybe 5 days. And so then I've got that thing, right? But now I got to bring attention to it. So do I drive traffic right to there? Maybe you could test that. But I think a better solution would be this. Let's create a lead magnet. That would be something like, let's say, I had a thought here of it. Like, let's say 3 things to avoid if your child isn't sleeping through the night, right? 3 things to avoid if your child is not sleeping through the night, right? That would be the ad. They'd click on it and go to a landing page. On that landing page, it would say, enter your name and email address, and I will send these to your inbox immediately, right? So now right away, I'm not giving you the solution, but I'm giving you something to avoid that could potentially help them sleep through the night, right? So it's just a small little thing like, hey, if you are doing this, and doing this, stop. Or if you are doing one of these things, stop, right? Avoid this. Avoid stimulation before they go to bed, right? Avoid, cold temperatures, like whatever it is, right? And so you're not giving them necessarily what to add. You're actually telling them something to take away. So that's something that could be helpful, right? And if you are in that market, you're like, I want to know what to avoid. Hopefully I'm not doing these things, right? So it's a simple little checklist. It's a simple little lead magnet. And then what happens is on the thank you page, it's going to say, we just sent you your checklist or your whatever cheat sheet to get your child to sleep in your inbox. Allow about 10 minutes. It should be there soon. But while I got you, here is our ultimate guide to getting your baby to sleep through the night. Or maybe it's, here's a special offer on our simple formula for getting your child to sleep through the night. 5 simple steps, whatever, right? Now, they came in because they're having a problem sleeping. We have a full solution on it, even though we're going to give them the things to avoid over here, right? That's your sales process, right? So little simple little lead magnet brings the people in that we're attracting the people that are having problems getting their baby to sleep. And then immediately on the back end, we have another item there that could really help them fix and solve the problem. And that's it. That's your sales process. Now we could go deeper and go, okay, now on the back end of that, we can have an order bump. And a little hack here for you guys, by the way, it doesn't matter what market you're in, a very simple order bump. And if you don't know what that is, because you're tuning in and it's your first time, welcome if it is. An order bump is just something that you would add on to the order, kind of like, would you like to supersize your drink? Would you like to add an apple pie to your order? Like whatever, right? It's like that extra little thing. You're there, you're already purchasing something. Here's something extra that we could add to it. Here, you got your case, right? For your AirPods, right? Would you like a silicone case to protect the main case? I got one here for you, right? And then, so it goes well with that. Well, something that goes well that anyone can create, by the way, is an audio book. So you just take that written form and you turn that into an audio form. And now maybe the book is going to be $9.99 and the audio book's going to be $14.99, or you can buy them both together for $19.99. See? So we created a bump from the original one, because if you are a parent, you might not want to read it. You might want to listen to it, right? So it's a simple way to add an order bump, all right? And once you do this, it's just like you're adding components to it to kind of build out that little bit of a sales funnel is what we call it, okay? So that's it. That's the whole process. Now, the next question that comes up a lot of times is, well, Scott, how do you actually create a digital product like that? Like, it seems like it would be hard. No, it doesn't have to be hard. And actually, we go through this in our digital product creation fast track, which actually I should probably throw that link up. And actually, I've got a new link for that. Let me do this here. Let's see if I can do this on the fly and see if it works. See if this works. I just bought a new domain. Let's see. It's called digitalproductclass.com. So if you go to digitalproductclass.com, it's going to take you to the workshop of our digital product creation fast track workshop. So it's just an easier link to remember. So with that being said, okay, so what we do is we actually show you how to outline that, how to build it through like writing your own content. So here's a little hack. We actually teach this inside the in the workshop, but I'll give it to you guys. So a simple little hack here is, if you're currently writing content for your website, then why not put together, what are those 5 steps? What is that 5-step formula, right? Maybe one step is going to be a blog post. The second step is going to be a blog post. The third step is going to be a blog post. The fourth is going to be a blog post. And the fifth is going to be a blog post. You write those blog posts, you publish them. Now you have a chance for them to rank organically in Google down the line. We just planted some seeds. And then you take those, you compile them, you put them into an ebook, and now you have the ebook that you can sell, or you can add to it. Okay. So that's a simple way to do it. So you have to break it down though. So if I was thinking about it, like if I was in this space and I knew how to solve that problem, right, then I would say, okay, if I'm sitting down with a new parent, I'm going to say, here's what you need to do. Okay. Number one, let's make sure that we're avoiding this stuff. Okay. We're avoiding these 3 things. Make sure that we're not doing that. Okay. The next thing is step 1 is going to be this: before you put them to bed, give them a nice warm bath. Right? Give them a warm bath. It soothes them. It relaxes them. That's going to be step 1. That's what I want you to do. And while you're doing that, don't stimulate them. Don't make it all like play and high noises and pitches and all this stuff. Just make it relaxing. Maybe even play a little bit of music in the background. So I would walk them through that step, probably give them some more details on how they would do that. And then I would say, then the next thing that we want to do is we want to take them out. We want to make sure that they're warm. We want to make sure that then we're going to talk in a lower tone. We don't want to be high pitched. We want to be, and I'm making this stuff up, guys, right? I have no idea what I'm talking about with that, right? But you understand what I'm saying. We need to chunk down the solution in bite-sized pieces. And that's how you create a digital product that solves a problem. It's easy for someone to digest. It's not overwhelming. And from there, they get the result. Now, what you would do, and I'm kind of doing this on the fly, once you start to sell some of these, you're going to then reach out to people and say, hey, how did it work for you? Right? What was the one thing that really helped you? And then you're going to get testimonials that come back. And then those testimonials are going to then help you sell more of the product, because now you have third party, data or people that are saying, yeah, this is really good. This works really, really good. Okay. So guys, that's our little Monday coffee talk here on creating a digital product or creating content that solves a problem. Pretty simple, pretty basic, but a lot of people don't think about it this way. And this was just a random idea that came from me being here with my daughter and then hearing about, the struggles of a new parent, right? And actually, Emmy K does really good. I mean, she's napping right now. So she'll nap for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then get up for another hour and a half, 2 hours, hang out, play, happy baby, really good. But through the night, it can be challenging sometimes, right? Because you want to get more than a 4-hour chunk of time to sleep, right? So we gotta fix that, right? And then everything else will be stable. But I always tell my daughter too, I'm like, listen, this is going to pass, right? It passes. But no, she's actually a really good baby. All right. So I am going to take a sip of coffee here, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what we got here for any questions. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And if not, we'll head on out of here and get our Monday kicked off. All right. So let's see here. Oh, and the one thing is I don't know, did anybody drop in there? I'm trying to look in the comments right now. Does anybody have a problem in their market, in their niche that they are creating a solution for? Like, do you know of one specific problem in your market that you could create a solution for? Just one simple one, right? Like, I teach people how to build brands online. I have our playbook, which kind of goes through the whole thing. It's a lot of information, but I've also got these little mini micros, right? Like niche finder fast track workshop, email list building fast track workshop, digital product creation fast track workshop, soon to come, content creation fast track workshop. Like, those are things that we're doing. They're smaller chunks of the process. So do you have one? Okay. I would love to hear from you guys. So just drop it in the comments. All right. So Salma says, as a passionate entrepreneur, how do you only focus on a single problem to solve and build a business around? Well, first off, you got to figure out your niche, right? So once you figure out your niche, then you have to break down what are the problems in that niche, and then you just start to chunk those down. So again, for me, like, I could sit here and teach you everything, right? I can sit here and go, okay, if we're gonna build this business out, we need to do this, we need to do that, right? We do all this stuff. That's going to overwhelm you. So I know that I have to say, okay, we need to start with our foundation, but we need to start with a niche. If we don't have our niche, that's what we got to get that done first. Then we move into foundation building. Then from there, we move into like list building and the other things, but we don't go there yet. So to me, how do you stay focused in your niche? First off, you got to pick your niche and get dialed in on who you're serving. So if I was in the baby niche, right, I'd be publishing content for new parents. And one of those problems is sleeping. It's one of the biggest problems, right? So I'm going to then attack that problem with content, and I'm going to build a product around that. And then I'm going to run Facebook ads to a lead magnet to get people to raise their hand, build my list at the same time as I'm publishing content on my website. And that's all I'm focusing on. Baby sleep. Like, that's it right now. Can I talk about other things as the baby gets older? Yes, that'll be next. What's the next thing that's a problem, right? Or something that parents will be struggling with, right? So we can go into those other areas later, but we need to focus on one right now. And that's it. Okay. How are you serving people at different stages of business growth within BCA? We've broken it down into 5 stages. So it's really simple. If you are in niche validation stage, which is really stage 1, then you're in stage 1. You're not going to move to stage 2 until you got stage 1 done. So, if we're over here talking about, like this morning, I logged into our one of our accounts for our case study brands. We had our record day yesterday. We had over 1,694, I think it was 1,694 page views. It's one of our highest days, and the reason is because our Pinterest is starting to ratchet it up a little bit. Okay, because a couple of things that we did, we kind of tested a couple things. I'm not going to go into that here, so that right there is about Pinterest. We have a Pinterest training in there, which my daughter created, and it works. But are you going to focus on that right now if you don't have stage 1, stage 2 done, maybe stage 3 done? Like, are you even going to work on that? No, but we're still going to deliver to the people that need that. So in BCA, we've broken it down into 5 stages, right? And in 5 stages, once we get to like stage 3, 4, and 5, we'll go through them. We'll do one aspect in those stages. And then what we'll do is we'll come back to stage 3, maybe after we've completed stage 5. Stage 5 has multiple things you can do because it's monetization. We can set up an Etsy channel. We can set up more affiliate links. We can go ahead and turn on Ezoic or Mediavine or AdThrive. We can create our own digital product. So we're going to pick one of those right now. And then once we do that, then we're going to go back to list building so we can build that up. And then that way there we can show people our offers that we created in stage 5. So hopefully that answered your question. How do you keep these customers longer once you solve one problem? Once a baby sleeps through the night, how do you continue to serve them? You continue to learn. So here's how this would work. So let's say someone came in, and let's say that they're signing up because of my lead magnet that talks about sleep, right? And then let's say that they bought the product or they didn't buy the product, but I still know that they came in because they have a newborn and they're struggling with sleep. Well, now I'm going to do is I'm going to send out an email to those people and say, what is your number one sticking point right now? Or what is your number one struggle right now with your baby? Question mark. And that's it. And then in the email, it's going to say something like, hey, I just wanted to check in with you. I know right now, depending on, how your baby's sleeping through the night, there's also other things that we struggle with. And I'd love to hear yours. We're going to be developing some new content here on the, baby blog. And we want to know, how we can best help you. So if you can let us know what's the one thing that you're struggling with right now, that would be awesome. Thanks so much. Take care. And that's it. That's your email. So you see, we're always going to be using the list to help us know what the common problems are so we can solve them. And then that next product is going to probably be whatever the most common thing is that people are talking about, right? And then we're going to develop a product. And then that product, we're going to start creating content around it. And then we're going to start sending the email list to our content, but our content also is going to lead to a product. That's it. That's how we're going to do it. All right. Let's see here. Facebook user, good morning, Scott. I don't know who that is because I'm in StreamYard and it doesn't tell me, but good morning. You're right about the baby sleeping, except I wouldn't talk at all. Okay. Yes, I have a solution for midlife women that are struggling with focus and direction. Perfect. Great. Love it. And you might even want to get even a little bit more niche on like the solution for what? For a midlife woman that's struggling with focus and direction, but maybe even carve it a little bit deeper and say, okay, it's the woman that is struggling with focusing on her health or her fitness, right? Maybe that's what it is. So focus and direction could be all over the place. Maybe it's career, don't know what my purpose is anymore in life, like those things, just to get a little bit more dialed in. Let's see. You mentioned Ben Settle a while back. I researched some of that content resonates with me. Email frequency and the like, and I'd like your thoughts. I'm not sure. I think you mean you want my thoughts. So yes. Okay. So Ben Settle, he's been around for a long time. And he's old school, like marketing, like Dan Kennedy. If you've ever followed Dan Kennedy stuff, he's just really, really old school. But he does it on purpose. And he does it on purpose because he's like, listen, I'm going to write you an email every day, maybe even twice a day. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, get off my list. He's just very, very like crude that way, but he does that to repel people. Okay. And the people that stay are really diehards. Right. And that's just a strategy in a sense. I've never met him. I've heard he's a really super nice guy, like super nice, but he comes off as kind of like, I'll just tell you to go F off. You know what I mean? Like that's how and he even says like, if you join his monthly newsletter, he has a monthly newsletter that you get in the mail. You can't even get it online. He doesn't offer it online. You just can't get it. So it's only sent to you in the mail. It's $99 a month. It's like maybe 10 or 12 pages long and basically just gives you examples of writing copy and emails. And if you want to leave, you can leave. You'll never come back. So that's how he deals with it. But he writes emails a lot. He writes really intricate emails. I'm not that kind of a writer. That doesn't resonate with me. So a lot of his emails I won't even read. So Ryan Lee, now on the other hand, a good friend of mine who also is friends with Ben Settle, he writes differently for me. He writes better for me. He incorporates a little bit of a family story. Like now Ben Settle isn't a family guy. At least I don't think he is. He seems like he'd be a guy that's just kind of like, just going to do his own thing. And, he's probably got a girlfriend or a wife and he's probably my age. But that's what he wants, right? So he's going to attract those people. Copywriters is who he's really attracting. I'm not attracting copywriters. I want to attract the family guy or the family woman, the family person. Right. And someone that that it resonates when I say I'm here visiting my daughter and you're like, oh, that's so cool. That you're able to take time and be away and, you can still do this from wherever. And the answer is, yeah, I can. And that's what's important to me. So yeah, I think you just got to get your own voice and then just live in that. And then also don't worry about catering to everyone. That's a big, big problem. I know that I'm not going to attract the younger generation of Lambos, right? I understand that. It's fine. I don't care. It's speaking with you people and people like you. That's who I want to really be able to speak to and help, because that's who I want to hang out with. That's kind of how I look at it. Let's see here. Do you have a Pinterest workshop? If so, send a link, please. Yes, we do. It actually isn't officially for sale as of yet. We may make that available. It's inside of BCA right now, but we may make that available here in the future. But right now, it is only in BCA. So sorry about that, Alejandro. But if you do want to join BCA, I would recommend heading on over to brandcreatorsacademy.com and apply there. And you can join us on the inside. We send out private invites if we think that we're a good fit. Let's see. Is it Yamil? I think. Hi, Scott. Which part of your content you can recommend to apply to send traffic to my Shopify webpage? Oh, there's a lot we can dig in there. I would say you definitely want to have an email list. Like if you don't have an email list right now, or if you do and you're not using it or you're not sending emails, you want to do that. Like you want to build a list, you want to start nurturing that list. And what I mean by that is you can still sell, but you want to just deliver goodwill. And then from there, you're going to drive traffic to your Shopify store naturally, or you're going to create content that's going to speak about your products, and then they would link over to your Shopify. So you're kind of like, you're going to write a piece of content on your website. You're going to also naturally link to your products that are on your Shopify store because you're going to be mentioning those. And then you would drive people to your blog post, which would naturally lead people in a nice, easy way for them to go to your store. Or you can say, hey, I'm doing a flash sale this weekend. For 3 days only, you can get 20% off all of our stuff in our store. And then do what we call a 3 email profit push or a 5 email profit push, which is basically promotion emails, but also still delivering goodwill. So I would say email. And yes, the email list building workshop, I think Alejandro had put it in there. If you go to, let me see if I got the link here for that. I think I do. Let's see. brandcreators.com/email should take you there, or list, either one. Let's see. Yeah, I'm surprised I don't have one in here. But yeah, if you just go to, if you go to brandcreatorsacademy.com, that'll take you to our product page actually, and the workshop will be listed there. So you can get access to that even without joining the academy, if that's what you wanted to do. So that should help you. Oh, it's Karen. What's up, Karen? Good to see you. I knew you would say that, a solution for career focus and direction. Yes. Let's see. Oh, Octavio, what's up, my brother? One of the most important things I'm learning in BCA is how to keep it simple and focused. It's so easy to get distracted with all the shiny out there. I hear folks commenting on those distractions all the time here as well. Pick a lane and focus on that alone for a reason. Yeah, alone for a reason or for a season. BCA can help when you're ready for a community to support you as well. Thank you, Octavio. Yes, and you're 100% right. Like focus is a big thing, guys. Like, did you just hear what I said? Like if we were sitting down and we were going to build out a funnel or a business around the baby niche, like I wouldn't go after the entire baby niche. I'd go after, I'm going to help solve the problem with sleeping right now, but I wouldn't call my website, babysleeping.com, right? It would be something around baby, but then it would be the one thing that I would start with would be helping solve that one problem, right? And that's it. And then I would continue to just build content around that. So different angles. So here I am today, another great example, right? Another great example is this. I'm coming on here and I'm delivering value for you, okay? Guys, let me ask you this. Did you get any value today from me being on here? While I take a sip of coffee, let me know in the comments and then I will finish my thought. So let me know, have you delivered, or did I deliver any value to you today at all? Any at all? So just drop it in there and let me know. And then I'll follow up with what I'm going to give you as my point here. And I'll give you an example of today's coffee talk. Today's coffee talk actually has multiple offers in it. Okay. Roland says yes. What's up, Roland? Good to see you, man. 100% value, Salma says. Thank you for that. Always a lot of value. Scott, awesome. And so, okay, multitasking is a cuss word in my mind. One thing at a time, slow and steady, simple or super simple and inching forward. Yes, I love it. Yes, Lloyd says yes, clarity of process. Cool. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you one more question. What is one little thing that you pulled from today? Just one thing. What's one simple thing that you pulled away from today? From us meeting here today, having a cup of coffee on a Monday morning, what is one thing? And if you're watching this on the replay, let me know that too. Let me know that you're there and let me know. Octavio says, buddy, you over deliver every day. And that's why I join every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And by the way, Octavio is in Brand Creators Academy. So, I mean, you know, he's here, but we're also on the inside. We're able to communicate and hang out and go to our monthly calls, or bi-monthly calls, I should say, bi-weekly calls. Alejandro says the professor always delivers. Awesome. Value of chunking down, Lloyd says. Yeah, chunking down. I should have a shirt. I'm gonna do that. I need a shirt that says, keep it simple, chunk it down. Yeah, I love that. That you're right. That I think a lot about doing that, even just long term. Like, how do we chunk it down? Always listen and get ideas from interactions and relationships. Yes. Pinterest workshop, not yet available. Yes, not yet. It's inside the academy, but it's just, we have not made it public. And to be honest with you, it's because I need to take time to build a sales page for that. And we need to do, email follow-up for that. Like, so just haven't had time. And we focused on those other ones first. Work on my email list. I abandoned it all last year. Oh yeah, we got to do that. Like, you definitely got to consider that. I'm telling you right now, to make a huge difference. Okay, Daniel, what's up from YouTube? Hey, Scott, longtime lurker. I'm in the process of building out a couple of businesses, one physical goods, one online marketplace app. I love your content, and you have already helped me out. Huge. Thanks. Daniel, thank you for letting me know that. That means a lot. It truly does. Taking 5 blogs and making it an ebook, something I can do right now. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Let's see, Octavio, value of showing up when you said you would, no matter what. Yes, here I am, right? I'm in Virginia right now. I'm in my daughter's kitchen. My computer is on a Yahtzee box. And this is like a stripped down version. So yes, you are the king of consistency, Scott. Oh, also repeating the importance of list building. Yes. Let's see here. I heard babies laugh a lot because they don't have bills. Yes. Yeah, this is true. Well, think about that too for pets. I was thinking about that the other day, man. I was like, if my life was like my dog, like the only thing I have to think about is like playing and licking my owner, and that's it. Like, just loving, it's like, man, it's amazing. But what we have a great opportunity though, is we have an opportunity to really create our own life, and we don't have to think about it as a problem. Think about it as an opportunity. I think that's big. But let me get back to my point now. Okay, so now that you guys gave me what I wanted, right? You guys gave me that input. So I showed up here today, and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I'm going to show up on my coffee talk. What am I going to talk about today, right? Because a lot of people say, like, Scott, how do you come up with content? And I'm like, what am I going to talk about? Well, I want to bring attention to digital products, because I think digital products is a big thing for a lot of people, and they need it. Chris Schaefer, that is, and I, we have our digital product creation fast track workshop done. We haven't actively promoted it. So I really want to bring more attention to that. I'm going to bring more attention here, and I'm going to bring more attention. We're going to start running Facebook ads here eventually. Okay. So I want to build out these pieces of content that would naturally lead to that product. We also have the email list building fast track workshop. We also have the niche finder fast track workshop, and we have Brand Creators Academy, right? So today I was able to show up, talk about digital products, talk about email, talk about the academy, and I didn't have to promote it, right? So some people are going to go to Brand Creators Academy and they're going to apply. I will get notifications automatically. It'll happen because it's already there in place, right? Some people will go and find the playbook for Brand Creators. I didn't even mention that one, right? That's a playbook. right? So some people are gonna go and grab that. It's gonna bring people in. Some people are gonna go buy the email list building fast track workshop because they need help with that part right now. Some people are gonna need digital product, help creating a digital product. But I did that without selling. I didn't sell you guys on that right now. If you want it, you can go find it. You can go get it, right? But I'm not like promoting you to go get it. I'm not giving you a deadline. I'm not making any scarcity around that offer right now. I will in the future, because I'll want to encourage people to buy it. And I'll be like, hey, buy this class and get this bonus, right? Like that. I teach that. That's what we'll do. But I'm coming here with the idea of I want to bring value to my audience, you, whether you're here live or watching on the replay, right? I want to do that first and foremost. And then I can still mention that stuff because it's helpful, it's useful. And the stuff that I've created is worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And you guys will all see that if you go through it, or if you've already been through it, you kind of know that, right? So my goal is to over deliver. I mean, this Wednesday, we're going to do a bonus session for the Niche Finder Fast Track Workshop attendees. We're going to do a whole nother set of niche drill downs. We're not charging anything extra for that people that went through it. We're doing it because we want to add more value to the product. We want to add more value to the people that went through it. Easy, right? And I'm going to spend 2 to 3 hours doing that. Okay. So you always want to think about that. So guys, I am going to run here because I am at my daughter's. I want to spend more time here today with those guys. And, but this was a commitment that I made to you. I made to myself. Right. I am going to show up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday unless I do not have internet. But I do. Right. So that's what I wanted to do. And I want to also be an example for you guys in your market. It is so important to write an email once a week, at least. Right. I wrote my email this week to my brand creators audience. I wrote an email there, done, out of the way. Right. I'm doing my coffee talk right now. This is going to be done, out of the way, and I'm going to be done for the day. Okay. And then from there, tomorrow, I'm going to go take a road trip back home. I'm going to get home. I actually got artificial turf that I laid down before I left. I'm going to be putting in this infill stuff. So that's tomorrow's day. And then Wednesday, I'll be back here on a coffee talk, and I'll probably have a few things that I need to get ready for the niche drill down session that we're going to do. And that's it. Right. But we need to stay consistent. Okay. That is what is going to allow you to get results and to win. Right. But in order to win, we got to get in the game. Right. And so we got to get in the game. All right. So let me just see here. Last couple comments here. Roland says, you just became a stable point when I need motivation or simplified knowledge. That's good, Roland. I'm glad to hear that, man. Thank you. This alone is super valuable. I appreciate that. And again, it's proof that you do not have to create this massive piece of content for you to be valuable. If you just show up, and I don't care if there's one person on live, show up and serve that one person, right? 1 turns into 2, 2 turns into 4, 4 turns into 8. You get it, right? We can keep multiplying this. So you just want to show up on a regular basis. Okay, so that is it. That is going to wrap up this little coffee talk. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. And yeah, if you guys are interested in creating your own digital product and you want to go through the Fast Track Workshop, then of course, go to digitalproductclass.com. That link should work now. I just bought that domain name. Yeah, you can go through that workshop. If you want the email list building one, I actually have a new domain for that, but I forgot it, but I'll be linking that up here shortly. And just keep thinking to yourself, what is one problem that I can solve in my market? And then what you do is you build content around that. You email your list about that. And then you learn from your list about that. You create a product about that, a digital product, and you create a lead magnet from that. That is all that I'd be focusing on if that's where you're at in your business right now, right? And then from there, you've added an asset, actually multiple assets, traffic assets, monetization assets, and it just all fits together really, really nice. So guys, that's it. That's going to wrap up this little coffee talk. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. And Wednesday, I will be back in my office and the dogs will be below me because that's where they hang out. So guys, have an awesome start of your week, or if you're watching this later, have a great week. And if you need anything, you know where to find me. And yeah, go ahead and drop in the comments if you guys are tuning in here later. Drop in the comments what's one problem that you're solving or wanting to solve in your market. And that way there we can kind of get this conversation started and we can get you on the way to solving problems in your market, because that's where your business will grow. All right. So guys, that's it. Take care. Take action. I'll talk to you soon.